meal preppers, welcome back to Sweet Peas and Saffron. I'm Denise and I am sharing easy meal prep recipes to give you your time back during the week. Today we are making frozen breakfast taquitos. This is an awesome breakfast recipe because you can store it in the fridge for up to 4 days or you can freeze it up to 3 months. I have filled my breakfast taquitos with scrambled eggs, spinach, and feta cheese. But if you don't like these ingredients, you can totally customize it based on what you have in the fridge. So let's get meal prepping. So the first thing we're going to do for our frozen breakfast taquitos is we're going to crack open 6 eggs. Now we're going to beat the eggs and we'll add in 1/4 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of salt. Now we'll set those aside and work on our filling. So like I said, you can customize these taquitos with whatever you have in the fridge. Any filling that you might use for breakfast burritos would work great in these breakfast taquitos. I'm going to be using spinach and feta cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and crumble 1/2 cup of feta cheese. And then I'm going to shred 1½ cups of mozzarella cheese. You can use cheddar or any other of your favorite cheese. And I have 1 cup of frozen spinach. This was about 5 ounces. I like to use frozen spinach because it reduces down a lot and you get a lot of spinach without really realizing it. If you're going to use fresh spinach, I do recommend steaming it first. For my frozen spinach, I've just thawed it out in the microwave and now I am pressing out any extra liquid. When it comes to breakfast taquitos or freezer food in general, you want to make sure that you're getting out as much liquid as possible. Okay, so now all our ingredients are ready and we're going to start cooking our eggs. So I'm just going to cook in a little olive oil in a non-stick pan. And I'm just going to keep stirring them until they are cooked through and scrambled. When the eggs are cooked through, I'm going to add in my filling. So I'm just going to add the spinach and the feta cheese and mix it all up until it's combined. I've turned the heat off at this point. Okay, now that my eggs are completely done, I'm going to start rolling. So I am adding about 2 tablespoons of the egg filling onto a mini tortilla. And then I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of cheese and roll them as tightly as possible. And now I'm going to place them seam side down on a baking pan and just kind of nestle them all in together so that they help keep each other rolled up. When we're ready to bake, we spray with some spray oil and bake at 425 for 10 minutes. Our breakfast taquitos are out of the oven. They are a little bit crispy on the outside and soft and gooey and delicious on the inside. This flavor kind of reminds me of a spanakopita, which I love. You can portion them out in little bento style boxes with some salsa or some fresh fruit, whatever you would like to have for breakfast. You can also portion these out in a freezer bag or in a meal prep container. I like to wrap mine in parchment and then put them in a meal prep container for the freezer, and these are good in the freezer for up to 3 months. So that's it for our frozen breakfast taquitos. I hope you guys love this recipe. If you make it, don't forget to tag me, #SweetPeasAndSaffron on social media. I love seeing what you guys make. And if you liked this recipe, stay tuned for the next video, which is showing you how to make my favorite ultimate breakfast burrito recipe.